From college 4 years ago. I went to UC Berkeley.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, boy. All right. Double majored in that bitch. That's right. Got a degree in business administration and another degree in applied mathematics with concentration in probability theory, which is why I do comedy now. Naturally. What's the probability of that? Sometimes people are like, well, hey, Sam, you studied math. Why don't you talk about math in your act? I don't know, because I want people to like me. Math is like the most uncool shit, right? Like, math is so uncool, there's people out there who act like they have nothing to do with math to be cooler. You know, they're like, oh, math, I don't get that. Like, numbers, I can't even count, whatever. And that whole attitude... That whole attitude is insulting. It's insulting to half of the world. Because if you really think about it, half of the world is good at math. Right? Half of the world is technically above the 50th percentile. You don't know what 50th percentile means, you're below it. Didn't get that, we weren't talking about you. It's a problem to me. This is my problem. See, I'm very textbook smart, but that's not helpful in the real world, as it turns out. I realized this, I was getting into a debate with my environmentalist friend, and I tried to bust out some textbook knowledge. My environmentalist friend was complaining, he's like, the polar bears have feelings too. The polar bears are just like people. When the ice caps melt, where are the polar bears gonna go? I was like, come on, man, if bears are just like people, I'm sure the polar bears will be okay, right? Well, no, because I figured they just take land from the grizzly bears, have the black bears do all the work, and have the panda bears build them railroads. Oh no, that's not racist, it's just a bear joke. There's no bears here. On my travels, I also went to the South. I had family in Texas, and I went to Georgia. I had family in Georgia. Which is funny, because as far as they trace their ancestry back, all they know is that they're from Georgia. We're just Georgian, as far as we know. And that's like the whole state is like, pretty much. And it's different down there. Like I was talking to this guy at a bar. He very openly told me, he's like, Sammy, I think interracial dating is a sin. What do you think? Which is a scary question for me, because I'm a person of mixed race. So how am I supposed to explain to this guy that I'm the devil? What am I supposed to agree with him? Like, yeah, man, total sin. Because whenever I date a girl, I make sure she's quarter Lebanese, quarter Syrian, quarter Palestinian, 1/8 Italian, 1/8 white from the state of Georgia. At which point I'm dating my sister. So to be against interracial dating, I have to be pro-incest. Starting to understand Southern culture. See, I've come to realize after my travels that America is really just like a group of siblings. The East Coast is the firstborn. The most mature, the most responsible, the old soul of the group, right? The South is like the middle child. Slightly retarded. Slightly racist, right? Always wants to be alone by itself. Come on, Lone Star State. Come on. You give it alcohol, it's loads of fun. Yeehaw, right? Come on. The West Coast, we're like the baby child, right? We get all the attention, everybody loves us. Spend all the money, mom and dad will take care of us. Yeah, that's the West Coast. Yeah. Puerto Rico's like the secret love child. Nobody knew about that, right? And Hawaii, adopted Asian baby. That's right. That's our family. That's our family. Some of you are like, what about Alaska? Yeah, what about Alaska? Let them be the dog, right? Follow us, Husky. Let's do this. I'm not a dog owner myself. I more like just like to watch. You know, I went for a walk recently, and a weird thing happened. A dog ran right into my leg, just bolted into my leg, and then ricocheted off it. Just boom! So weird, right? Because dogs are usually so well coordinated. I was just weirded out. I looked at the owner. I was like, "What the hell is going on with your dog?" The owner was like, "I'm sorry, my dog is blind." I'm glad you laughed because I did too. I was like, your dog is blind. Oh, so you're like a seeing eye human. Oh, whoa. You're doing a bad job. That's like a seeing eye dog leading his blind guy to other dogs. Getting mad about it. You're a horrible seeing eye human. Probably a drug sniffing human as far as I'm concerned. The dog's better off getting a cane. People often tell me I have the face of a comedian, which is, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I think it's interesting that people actually comment on other people's faces, like we do that in our culture. That's someone else's face. It's their permanent property. Why would you? Like, people always comment to me like, "Sammy, you look tired, bro. You got those rings under your eyes. Have you not slept in weeks?" I'm like, it's called being Middle Eastern. You look like this all the time. It's very simple. Middle Easterners just look like sleep-deprived Mexicans. That's all it is. That's the rule of thumb. It's true. Go out. Do a comparison. I think it's interesting. A lot of people here in America don't know the difference between the Middle Eastern cultures. Like, I was filling out an application for a job where you have to put your race on the application, and there was no option for Middle Eastern, so I just didn't fill it out. And I turned to the lady collecting them. She was like, "Why didn't you fill it out?" I was like, "There was no option for my ethnicity." She's like, "No, oh, look right here, Indian." You're one of those people. You can't just pick any brown person and call us Indian. You're not Columbus. 200 years from now, she's like, "Oh my God, he's not from India. He's Native Arabian." Which is true. Like I said, I'm actually part Palestinian. I don't tell people I'm Palestinian usually because a lot of people here in America don't even know what that means. Which makes sense. There's only a few famous Palestinians, right? Just Yasser Arafat and Jesus. But like, they're both gone, you know? Palestine no longer a country, still a culture though, right? Right? Which is interesting. I went to a Palestinian restaurant. It's like, you can have a restaurant, but not a country, right? But it made sense when I got in there though. There's a bowl of rocks you used to throw to get the server's attention. Finally, the food is brought to you by activists on a flotilla. And then sometimes it gets intercepted by the guy at the kosher deli next door. And they're like, "Oh, that's authentic." People always ask me, like, "How do you write a joke?" They write themselves. Life has written me some of the best jokes I could ever ask for. You know, like the first time I ever got a flat tire on the road, I was in my car, I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I had a spare tire. I didn't know how to change the spare. And it was unfortunate because I was panicking in my car, and I pulled over right in front of where a homeless man was standing. So I was looking at him for help. He was looking at me for help. We both didn't know what to do. Just confused. Just like, spare change? And like, change a spare? But weed's illegal, and I think that's amazing that weed's legal, but I don't think that's far enough. I think weed should be mandatory. I think everybody needs to try it at least once. Just get a little too high, look in the mirror for a little too long, think about all your fucking flaws, write them down, and fucking fix that shit, dude. That's what weed is there for, to make you aware of that shit. There's this stigma that weed is associated with ignorance. It's far from the truth, right? You hear people say, "I don't smoke weed because it makes me depressed." That's not the weed, that's you. You are already depressed. The weed makes you aware of that shit. And you don't like being aware of things that are there. That means you're ignorant. You need to smoke weed and get rid of that. Like, there's different strains. You need to at least understand that. You can't just write off all the strains as equal. People go, every time I smoke weed, it makes me lazy. Because you smoked an indica strain and went to the gym. You're a fucking moron, dude. Learn the indica couch, okay? This is textbook marijuana 2020. Sativa's the one you can smoke at your job. I have the saying for that. Smoke sativa, you will achieve it. Take that. Take that. Take that. And hybrid just gets you high as dude. Hybrid just gets you high, man. Well, I don't smoke weed because it makes me stupid. That's not the weed, man. You're not using it for the right things. Try smoking weed and reading a book, okay? That'll be the hardest book you ever read. But if you can read a book high, you can climb Everest, man. I'm telling you. It's already hard enough to read a book sober. You ever been like 10 pages in a book? You're like, oh, I wasn't even paying attention the whole time. I gotta go back now. Where was I?